Thanks for watching ERi-TV, dear viewers. Welcome to our news broadcast. Here are the headlines. Training on administration and leadership. School material support to disadvantaged students. Saudi Arabia cuts oil outputs. Bronze stolen by British colonial forces returned. In our domestic news, 3 weeks training on administration and leadership was organized to 97 youth, including 42 girls from 21 government institutions in Massawa. The training that was organized by the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the Northern Red Sea region included administration concept, decision-making, problems resolution, basic administrative activities, time management, role of women in leadership, professional ethics, as well as leading role of cadres at workplaces. At the closing event on 12 October, Mr. Takhla Zare, Head of Political and Organizational Affairs at the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the Northern Red Sea region, said that the objective of the training was to develop the overall capacity of the youth and enable them to play a leading role in the implementation of the programs of the Union. Mr. Takhla also commended all those that contributed to the successful implementation of the training program. Mr. Saleh Ahmeddin, chairman of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students, on his part, expressed expectation that the trainees will have significant contribution in their workplace and the concerned institution to support them in all their endeavors. Speaking at the occasion, Ms. Asmarat Abraha, governor of the region, commended the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students for organizing the training program and called for finalizing the initial study to address the challenges that women workers are facing. The Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare branch in Ginda subzone extended school material to 250 disadvantaged students in the subzone, indicating that the beneficiaries were identified by the administrative areas in the subzone. Mr. Ibrahim Umar, head of the branch office, said that the objective of the support was to enable the students follow their education undeterred by lack of school materials. Mr. Ibrahim also called on the students to concentrate on their education and become competitive students, and parents to conduct regular follow-up on the performance of their children. Commending for the support extended to the disadvantaged students, Mr. Gabriel Jesus Mellis, head of education facilities in the subzone, called on the public and teachers to strengthen participation in the development of teaching-learning process. Similarly, the Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare branch in Tsarona subzone extended school material to 92 disadvantaged students in the subzone. The beneficiary students were identified by the administrative areas of the subzone. Mr. Miskin Nafisahaye, head of the branch office, called on the students to concentrate on their education and parents to encourage their children. About 54,000 livestock have been vaccinated against various animal diseases in Hagga subzone. Mr. Mohammed Abdullah, assistant veterinarian at the Animal Resources in the subzone, said that the vaccination program was carried out from 20 centers. Mr. Mohammed added that sustainable awareness-raising activities conducted to farmers on health issues of the livestock has significantly contributed in the effective and timely vaccination program, and called on area administrators to encourage farmers to take their livestock to the vaccination centers on time. Mr. Mohammed also called on the farmers to refrain from vaccinating their livestock without consulting professionals and to report immediately in case they observe the occurrence of any symptoms of diseases in their livestock. That was our domestic news. Please stay tuned now for the international right after the short break. Joe Biden has warned Saudi Arabia that there will be quote-unquote consequences after a global cartel of oil-producing countries led by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Russia announced that they would cut oil production despite Washington's objections. His remarks came a day after influential Democratic Senator Bob Menendez, the chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, said the U.S. must immediately freeze all cooperation with Saudi Arabia, including arms sales. Last week, the OPEC Plus group said it would slash oil production targets by 2 million barrels a day, defying pressure from the U.S. Saudi Arabia, the world's top oil exporter, said the decision aimed to stabilize the oil market, not drive up prices amid interest rate hikes by central banks and the prospects of a global recession. The move was also seen as a diplomatic slap in the face of the Biden administration as it prepares for November's critical midterm elections next month. A bronze sculpture of a West African king that has been in the collection of a Rhode Island museum for more than 70 years was among 31 culturally precious objects that have been returned to the Nigerian government. The sculpture, called the Head of a King, or Oba, from the Rhode Island School of Design Museum RIST, was among the objects transferred to the Nigerian National Collections during a ceremony at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday. The Benin bronzes were stolen in 1897 when British colonial forces ransacked and looted the Benin Kingdom, which is now in modern-day Nigeria. Please stay tuned now for a recap of tonight's headlines. Training on administration and leadership. School material support to disadvantaged students. Saudi Arabia cuts oil output. Bronze stolen by British colonial forces returned. That was the news. It is good night.